Last time on the cave.
So I have a question I want to ask Taffy. Here it goes. Are lobsters mermaids to scorpions? Lobsters are like gigantic to scorpions, dude. Think of every depiction you've ever seen. Think of every depiction you've ever seen of a mermaid. And think about the size disparity of what you just asked me. Do you think mermaids would be a real big problem for like luring sailors into a watery grave if they were like 5'5", 350? Come to me. No, I'm gonna stay on the boat. Come to me, my sailor love. No, it's, you know, it's cool. I got a job to do up here. Even if you just straight up Amazon that shit, even if you just say like, oh, lobsters are fit, they're just big. If I was in the ocean and I looked down and saw like a 9-foot tall woman like ripped out of her mind, it's like, yeah, why don't you come down here into the water? I'm like, ah, that's because I think you're gonna tear me in half like a phone book. General consensus, Amber, lobsters are not mermaids to scorpions, right?
What?
Somebody asked me if lobsters were mermaids to scorpions, and I think the size discrepancy makes it too implausible, because if it was either a gigantic like 350-pound woman in the water that was like, come to me, my sailor love, I'd be like, nah, you know what? My wife is better looking than you at home. I'm gonna sort this without going into my watery grave. Or if it was just some WNBA chick that was like 9 feet tall in the water, it's like, that's still daunting. This feels like a trap. So I have it on good authority from a friend of mine who has dreadlocks, so you know that he's wizened. That this room has magic find. So basically, he gets clicks. I don't get clicks. I don't know if I have that turned off in the HUD, but I'm told it's there. And I'm told it's this general direction. Yeah, man. Right about there. That feels good. Why would a man with dreadlocks lie? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, it's... If you can't trust a jolly person in dreadlocks, then you can't trust people in general, and I don't want to live in that fucking world. I guess as long as we're here, right? What? Why was there no... Anyone else notice there was no fucking enemies in that fight? It just straight up just gave me... It straight up just gave me, access to the deal with the devil? Did I make that up? I'm not imagining that, right? Like, it just allowed me in? Sure. I mean, I'll take... Hold on. Let's see. Ha 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 ha! That's pretty great. Do you know the way to the Messiah tree? Messiah tree is the way. Messiah tree is our queen. Do you know the way? Where are these shots coming from? Oh, I see you over there. Hold on.
Oh, nice.
He's
Where
down behind that tree at East. The big ass tree closest one to us. He stood into a headshot. I appreciate that. Yeah, basically, I mean, this happened once before, like me and Casper, of all people.
Yeah, was Casper there this
Yeah,
time?
me and Casper sat there like freaking Kirby. Like, we opened our gullets and people tipped the table and it just slid into our face last time. But this time, like, Casper and I were at different tables, and we were sitting there. I'm sitting there with a group of friends, and like these are all people that I kind of know, and some that like I only ever see when I go to cons, and some people that I just never met before. And I get through like this third plate of these massive rolls, and I put my elbows down on the table and I drop my head because I can feel the buttons on my button-up shirt starting to swell out a little bit. And I kind of just braced myself for a second and went, and I grabbed the plate and just started eating again. And they're like, what the fuck was that? And I was like, oh, dude, that's That's a Bernthal scream, man.
You introduced them all.
Yeah, I was like, that's a John Bernthal Punisher scream, and like 6 of them, like without any more explanation, just went, no, dude, we got that, absolutely. And my entire table by the end of the night is eating sushi and Bernthal screaming, including 2 women, which was fucking the coolest thing ever. They were leaning into that shit. I was so happy.
Like, haven't actually gotten hit yet.
Weird.
I can hear it.
I don't see anybody. Like, we're scanning the horizon line.
Wait,
right now.
there might be somebody south. Yeah, Brain, I see him. He has a silencer.
Stay down, stay
I
down.
can hear it.
Taking shots.
He's in the blue.
Where is he? I hate you guys. I hate you guys.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
You're like a dodging master. That's so weird, man. We threw a party at South, and we co-sponsored it with like Muxie and a couple of other folks. And it was weird to have people come up to me. I told my chat earlier, I had a streamer who asked me to procure her a drink. And so I was like, oh, well, you're throwing the thing, so you're the big party host. And I was just like, I still make like bartender money playing Isaac. You realize that, right? But I had a company card, and we bought drinks for a handful of people. So I was just like, yeah, sure, I'll get you a drink. So I bought her a drink and got a non-ironic "thanks, Daddy" response.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I have never been on this side of that curtain before.
This is new.
Wait, does that mean you thanks Daddy other people?
Yo, have you heard me tell my chat that I enjoy them sticking their, quote, Twitch Prime subscription in me? Yes, Brain, I have been on that side of the veil before.
Oh god, we got someone.
I have both said and done things I am not proud of for money as a Twitch streamer.